Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
The man wanted for killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
About whether that gun was 3D printed.
Imagine you're scrolling through social media, minding your own business, when boom, a headline pops up about a murder that it is shown to the public as a heroic action. Sounds like the plot of a Netflix thriller, right? Wrong. This is real life, and it involves a man named Luigi Mangione. Let's dive into this wild story and see how science ties everything together. Luigi Mangione, an Ivy League prodigy, a great student, and someone with no apparent dangerous behaviors. He was great at what he did in the technology field. He's the kind of guy who would build a robot to fetch his coffee. Honestly, those are goals. But somehow, he's now in the spotlight for, well, let's just say not so wholesome reasons. Murder. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does a guy like Luigi go from programming robots to allegedly committing murder? We'll skip the psychology lesson in this video because this isn't a therapy session. Plus, my therapist already told me that I can't diagnose strangers over the internet. Instead, let's talk about the fascinating science surrounding this case. First up, Luigi's online footprint. The dude left a trail longer than the queue for a Taylor Swift ticket.
Mangione appeared to have a significant online footprint and was especially active on X and the book review platform Goodreads.
Investigators started piecing together his story by analyzing his digital life, and it is fascinating how they did it. Check it out. GitHub projects gave insight into his coding expertise. They weren't just looking at his projects. They had analyzed coding patterns to infer his problem-solving process. His Instagram posts revealed glimpses of his personal life. Investigators didn't stop at pictures. They examined the data behind them. Things like timestamps, GPS coordinates, and even the camera model used. Pro tip: maybe don't tag your exact location while committing crime. Just saying. Browser history and online purchases provided another puzzle piece. Did he buy materials to 3D print the gun he used? Was he frequently in dark web forums? These breadcrumbs painted a comprehensive digital picture. Think of it as Hansel and Gretel, but Luigi's breadcrumbs were his tweets, likes, and GitHub comments. So if you're posting TikToks dancing for roses, just remember, the internet never forgets. And neither does your mom, but that's another story. Now, let's talk about the weapon that shocked even seasoned investigators. The ghost gun. When Pennsylvania police arrested Luigi, they found him carrying a fully homemade weapon, a pistol and a suppressor, both made with the help of a 3D printer. It was an exceedingly rare 3D printed variety. The weapon had a plastic handle, a metal slide, and a threaded metal barrel. To make it clearer, check this out.
This is a Glock frame. This also is a firearm in and of itself under the law, and it's the only component that's regulated. The other pieces of the firearm, like the frame, like the slide and like the barrel, they are not regulated. And so a person could 3D print the frame and then use other pieces that they purchased commercially to assemble it. It looks like that might be what has happened here.
Authorities could trace the gun back to Luigi by analyzing plastic residues matching the exact 3D printed filaments purchased. Okay, let's pause for a second. Did you know that forensic chemists can analyze the molecular structure of 3D printed plastics to pinpoint the exact printed model used? Meanwhile, I can barely figure out which charger works with my phone. Surveillance footage of the assassination showed the shooter handling the weapon like a pro, clearing a jam mid-action with precision. This indicated Luigi meticulously planned his actions, from building the gun to rehearsing its use. If the gun Luigi used was 3D printed, it marks a turning point in how advanced technology intersects with criminal activity. Here's a chilling fact. Plans for 3D printed guns are widely available online. Luigi even left a note calling the process fairly trivial, referencing a CAD software, computer-aided designs, used to create the components. As an electronics engineering student myself, I can confidently say that as long as you have the knowledge and creativity, you can create anything in one of these CAD softwares. Luigi's case highlights a recurring theme in history: technology as a double-edged sword. Take Alfred Nobel, who invented dynamite for mining and construction, only to see it weaponized for war. Feeling conflicted, he established the Nobel Peace Prize to promote human betterment. Or take the internet itself, which was originally developed to share research, but now houses cat memes, misinformation, and cybercrime. Let's be real here though. Who needs global connectivity when you have dancing cats? Huh? The takeaway? Innovation isn't inherently good or bad. It is all about how we use it. Luigi's story reminds us all of that in the most bizarre way. Finally, let's look at how science helped crack this case. While Luigi thought he was being clever, forensic scientists were a step ahead. Authorities used AI algorithms to analyze footage from thousands of cameras across New York. These algorithms identified patterns in Luigi's movements, like the way he walks. His internet footprint was pieced together by AI models, trained to recognize anomalies, such as flagged purchases or encrypted communication. And did you know AI is now being used to analyze handwriting?
And I mentioned the suspect also had a manifesto of his own when he was busted today, which reportedly reads in part, "These parasites had it coming," end quote. And, quote, "I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done," end quote.
These handwriting documents found on Luigi wasn't just incriminating because of its content. It was subject to graphometric analysis to confirm it was his. Apparently, even sloppy handwriting can snitch on you. But if you're a doctor, you're good. They would never get you by looking at your handwriting. Luigi's case taps into something universal: how humans interact with science, from the tools we create to the behaviors they enable. Science amplifies both our potential and our flaws. Here's a completely different but oddly connected thought. Scientists recently discovered that chimpanzees build complex hunting tools out of sticks, while their technology is nothing compared to ours. The motivations, such as survival, efficiency, even rivalry, parallel ours. Luigi's dark creativity mirrors these same primal instincts, but magnified in modern science. It is a humbling reminder that whether we're talking about chimps crafting spears or humans building ghost guns, science is always intertwined with the choices we make. Like Luigi's, ask yourself, are we really so different from those chimps with their sharpened sticks? Spoiler alert, history says we're not. In conclusion, Luigi Mangione's story isn't just a bizarre criminal case. It is a lens through which we can explore the extraordinary ways science shapes our lives, for better or for worse. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and see you next time.